Welcome to IBIS Weather. This is Sarah. This is the September 21st, 2025 update. So we're going to go ahead and get started because we have quite a few things to talk about today, surprisingly. Let's go ahead and get started with the Eastern Pacific, where we have a tropical storm Narda. Might not be pronouncing that correctly, so if you do know, please put in the comments below how you pronounce that, please. It should stay well offshore as it moves west. It's expected to become a hurricane. By Wednesday or Tuesday morning, it looks like, between midnight until noon. So that is interesting. Very small, you can see by the orange, indicating how wide the tropical storm sustained winds is. Currently, max sustained winds are 40 miles per hour with higher gusts. It's currently moving northwest at 10 miles per hour. Um, and it should stay, away from land for now. So that is a good news. We'll continue to track it as it tracks west. Let's go ahead and talk about the Atlantic Basin, which is seeming to start to be definitely coming to more life. We still have what was now Hurricane Gabrielle. She's officially upgraded to a hurricane as expected. We'll talk about where her track is and what people can expect. Looks like Bermuda should be skipping the worst part of the storm, so that is good news. And then we do have two waves behind it. One that has kind of come back as a zombie wave, and then, or energy that has found a way to muster itself together, and then the one that has come off the coast of Africa. So let's go ahead and talk about the two waves. So the first wave is the one coming off from Africa. Let's go ahead and scroll down a little bit so we can see this a little better. 50% chance of formation in the next 7 days. Still a broad tropical wave that is producing limited showers and thunderstorms right now. Conditions are not favorable right now over the next day or two, but they will gradually increase and more favorable as it continues to track west and northwestward. And then this one over here, 10% chance for the next 48 hours and 20% the next 7 days. It is 500 miles east of the Windward Islands, currently producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms, and is moving rather quickly. It does not have closed circulation at the moment right now, but conditions appear marginally conductive over the next several days. Uh, and they say the latter this week, the system is expected to slow down and it will make a turn more northwest, north of Hispaniola. So it will bring gusty winds and rain for the Leeward Islands on Tuesday. Onto the topic of Gabrielle. This is her current satellite presentation. She's definitely got more of that modern look of a tropical system. As you've known from the past couple of seasons, we've had storms where they really sort of had to competing areas of convection. So you definitely kind of see that over here. She definitely has one to her south, and then of course where her center is. But she's definitely got a lot of convection going on right now, which is, I guess, good news for her. We do see some showers to her northwest of her right now, and definitely can sort of see the banding around her. This is the cone of where the sensor is expected to go. So again, you can sort of see by the orange how far and how big her now hurricane, of course, winds uh, extend out. I don't think they updated the map necessarily. She's now a hurricane. Um, so she is a Cat 1 with sustained winds of 75 mile per hour with her higher gusts. So it's probably very much just what the X is where her hurricane force winds and her tropical storm definitely extend outward. She's definitely more because of the sheer more loaded to her east side, the southeast side, and it looks like she is going to continue to be moving rather slowly right now, at moving to northwest at 10 miles per hour. Bermuda is all the way over here, so it does look like they expect her eye to stay offshore, which is good news. But of course, you guys can expect some other conditions from her. It does look like they expect her to become a major come late tomorrow evening into early Tuesday morning, as she continues to track west, and then she'll come a tropical storm again between Wednesday afternoon and Thursday early afternoon. So that is where we are with that. So again, key messages as she's now getting closer to a land mass, i.e., the island of Bermuda. She's now a hurricane surpassed east of you guys, which is good news. Saying that the chances of impacts are still decreasing, but you guys can continue to monitor since some wind and rain are still possible from her, even though she's definitely more east you know, more showery and bands are mostly to the east side of her center. Swells will continue to be coming into impacting Bermuda for the next few days. We also have some going on now here in the East Coast of North Carolina, northward, as well as Atlantic Canada. So make sure you follow any um, updates and news regarding that and about if your beaches are open or closed, as we are still in beach season currently. So everything south, so South Carolina and on south should be okay from that. Uh, the earliest reasonable time of arrival of tropical storm force winds, so you guys should in Bermuda could possibly start experiencing that very early tomorrow morning, around 2 a.m., if not to 8 a.m. So make sure if you guys are expecting anything, just to make sure that you have everything ready set to go before you go to bed tonight, as that is, a possibility that you might have some impacts, though very minor and unlikely to have serious impacts right now, which is good news. And today we're going to only look at one set of spaghetti tracks today. This is obviously the Euro one. As you can see, very good cohesiveness, and we're thinking of her staying well east of Bermuda, and then of course moving out north and turning northeast and then heading east northeastward. So that is good news. Again, looks like this is another storm that will truly be more of a fish storm, which is good news for everyone across the board. But she's not the only thing that we are currently tracking. So, as you can see over here is where she is on satellite view. We do see some showers offshore of the East Coast over here to her northwest. A little bit of showers over there by the Bahamas and Cuba and South Florida. We do see a cluster of activity over there in South Central Gulf. And then, of course, over here by the CAG region of Central America, a little bit to the southwest and then a little bit to the northeast as well. And then we do see some showers over all the way over here. And then, of course, the one has come off the coast of Africa, which is definitely a little bit more impressive looking than what is over here right now. So time will tell what will happen with those, but those are areas that we will continue to watch. And of course, we should continue to also monitor the Gulf and then the CAG area as well, because it's not completely impossible for something to try to spin up. Here closer up of what is going on in the Gulf. So definitely you can see some of the little bit of the clusters over here. So you definitely get some rain over there in South Louisiana and a little bit on the Florida Panhandle, but nothing too crazy right now. Doesn't really look like we have anything. Well, it's interesting. I wouldn't say necessarily spin, but you can definitely see how there is some wind kind of going west, and then of course some kind of going to the east. So that is something to continue to monitor and see. Right now, there's no area of interest, and we'll continue to monitor it. But there is a little bit of convection over here in the moisture, so we'll have to continue to watch that. And then, of course, the dry air, which has been the dominating factor for a lot of this here in this hurricane season in the Atlantic. So anything that is yellow, orange, and red would obviously be dry air. Anything that is blue, white, and green would be moist air. So you definitely see some moisture trailing off from Gabrielle. Does look like we have a little bit. Something might be trying to spin a little bit over here to southwest. Um, and then, of course, we see some not impressive moisture or, you know, convection over here. And of course, we do see more of a wide swath that's coming off the coast of Africa. Definitely see some also over here by Central America. And then, of course, over there north of the Bay of Campeche. And then, of course, as we mentioned, since we do have those two waves that we've been talking about, I did want to go ahead and show you guys the spaghetti plots. These are ensembles that are put out by companies that manufacture some of the modeling. So this is what we're seeing for the euro. Um, so one over here would obviously be Gabrielle, and then we do see the one that has a higher chance, the wave closer to Africa, having possible potential to form. But it looks like that their models right now are hinting that could follow the similar path to what we've seen. We do see some stuff trying to form a little bit over here in the CAG region and trying to get into the Gulf. And then we do see something trying to form over here by the Bahamas. So again, this is just ideas of what could possibly happen. Obviously, we only know Gabrielle is the only official storm with two waves coming in. One wave doesn't look like it's really doing anything with it. And then, of course, no areas of interest right now over here in near Central America or the Gulf. So we'll have to continue to monitor that and wait and see. But right now, you know, does show look like something low, possibly hitting South Texas. Um, but again, right now, the only thing we really know for a fact is we do have obviously Gabrielle and two waves coming off. So time will tell what happens with these. And then for the GFS, does definitely show a little bit more. So it's interesting. We definitely see it showing more CAG activity in Central America. Activity as well, kind of going into the very southwest side of the Gulf, nothing really reaching up to Texas, Central, or Florida. We do see some coming a little bit closer, forming over closer to the Bahamas, including one going over there by the Savannah River, one hitting north of Charleston, so between Charleston and Myrtle Beach, and then of course one kind of going on the coast, hugging the very coast of North Carolina and Virginia and Maryland. Of course, this one over here would be Gabrielle, but nothing again really super strong and cohesive. Again, this is just an ensemble of what they're saying it might happen. Time will tell what will happen with those right now. Oh, it does look like another wave, hinting at another wave coming off the coast of Africa. So we are still very much in the peak of hurricane season. We are in the slow downward decline for it, which is good news. But the season is certainly far from over. It does look like we may be seeing more of a backloaded season as we did last year, and with La Nina coming into play late summer into early fall, we definitely might see some more activity start, especially closer to home in the Gulf region, and of course close to the southeast coast. So time will tell, but right now, um, Bermuda looks like it's going to be in the good and clear. We do have two waves following, and of course if anything else pops up or springs up, we'll continue to monitor. Thank you guys for watching. As always, please feel free to like, share, and comment. You can follow me on Facebook for a little bit more frequent updates. And we'll do another update very soon on where we are on the state of the tropics.